Tonight, we have an uplifting story of a brave Grafton man who's far more interested in giving of himself than slowing down.
Wait to hear this guy's story. He's a war hero to begin with, who just a few days ago volunteered to go under the knife and give a complete stranger one of his organs. As David Wade shows us, that is just one chapter in an amazing life story.
I knew something was up.
Asking Karl Chapin about his life is like Googling interesting story. A lot comes up. He's a black belt, a scuba diver, a skydiver, and he's got a list of military honors that he reads as casually as a grocery list.
Purple Hat, Bronze Star.
And he has half an arm. Happened in Vietnam, saving a man.
I reached down, grabbed a hand grenade, and just stuffed it in the corner, turned my head. And that's how I lost a hand. It doesn't make me a hero. It just made me a soldier.
And it's only part of what makes him an interesting story. There's also his new bionic arm.
I've never been able to hold a plate before.
Yes, bionic. He thinks it, his fingers do it.
It looks like something straight out of iRobot.
Oh, there's also the whole organ story. About a year ago, he found his old donation card and thought, why wait for death?
People live with one kidney. People are born with one kidney. So I figured, okay, I'll give up a kidney.
He found matchingdonors.com, sort of a classified of people looking for an organ donation from volunteers. Karl found a total stranger and called him.
And I said, you know what? I'm gonna help you. Hey, how you doing?
Ricardo Mermet, the owner of this Arlington restaurant, was at Mass General, badly in need of a kidney. Karl set the whole thing up. Everyone was excited until Karl met the doctor.
Looks me right in the eye and says, I am not going to approve this. And I looked at him and said, what do you mean by that? He said, you're a war hero, and you've done enough for this country. So I am not going to approve an operation that you don't need to save somebody you don't know.
Karl was furious, began making phone calls, began lodging complaints. He was not going away.
And even if the doctor states that I've done enough for my country, I want to do one more thing for somebody I don't know.
The hospital did bring him back, and he was a match. 2 weeks ago, Karl and Ricardo actually met for the first time. And last Tuesday, they had the surgery, and everything went perfectly. Karl's wife, so very proud.
This happens to be huge, and it's going to make a difference in this man's life and in his family's life.
So if you see a man with a bionic arm, say hello. But if you ask him what he's been up to and he says not much, don't believe it. And don't believe him when he says he's not a hero. I'm David Wade, WBZ News.
Now, we spoke with Karl today, said that he already feels 100%. And Ricardo says the first day, right after the surgery, jumped straight out of bed with his new kidney and couldn't have been happier.
Great story about two great men.